Okay, this is section 4.2, question E14. And we have another authentic data set here. The CDC looks at a lot of health risk behaviors. So we're looking here at obesity risk. And we have it divided up by age. So notice that in the terminology of chapter 4 that you've been learning, there are factor here would be age, and then we would have 4 different levels here. Same for female. And we could also say that gender is a factor, and then the levels are male and female, even though it doesn't sound quite as natural to say that. Okay, so we have this formula also for BMI, and we're saying that this obesity is determined by someone's BMI level. Okay, so we have 46.9 and 38.3 in the columns for 18 to 24. So let's look at this 46.9 first of all. What is that actually saying? Well, whenever I see percentages, and notice that if we look at the title of the table here, we know that it is a percentage. I'm looking to see where the 100 is. What adds up to 100? So I quickly notice that these two numbers add up to 100. In fact, they have a total row here showing us that each column adds up to 100. And why is that important? Because I need to know whether or not we're dividing up this column into 100% or whether we're dividing this row. In other words, if we took all the people who are not at risk, 100%, and then divided them into the age categories, we could certainly do that. And then these 4 numbers would add up to 100%, but these 2 would not. So we need to find out what's being added up to 100%. But in this case, these 2 numbers, so we know that we're looking at the percentages of this age group, so 18 to 24-year-old males. So of that age group, 53.1% are not at risk for obesity, and 46.9 are at risk according to this formula here. So we would say 49% of males are at risk. And then similarly here, we know that these charts will probably be parallel, so we're not surprised to see that these 100% are the column totals again. So that's telling us that within this 18 to 24-year-old female group, 61% of females are not at risk, 38.3% are at risk. So one thing we may notice is that there's more males at risk than females, at least within this age group. However, when we get to this 25 to 44, this difference becomes much sharper even. So here it's about 10% difference, here it's about 20%, 15, and then a little over 10 there. But it's consistently higher for males based on that. We might be curious how large the sample was, how the sample was conducted. These are questions we would want to ask if we were interested in this topic and we were looking at some chart in the news or in a report. But that 38.3, similar to the males total, is the percentage of females that are at risk.